Sorry. I know there's absolutely no one watching. But the thing said I was going live, and it was just like spinning. Oh goodness. Back and doing the circle thing, just waiting and waiting and waiting. And so I was taking a bite while waiting for some more, and then it just popped me on live. It was funny. Anyway, so welcome to 100% of the people on the internet who are not watching. Welcome to my live stream, Saturday night live stream. And sorry about this. I didn't quite think this through, eating while online, but also I know there are people where that's literally all that they do is they just like eat on the internet, and people, like millions of people, watch them. I don't know how that works. For me, that would be like porn, by which I mean I have zero interest in watching porn because I don't want to watch other people having fun without me. Like I want to be the one that's having a good time and not with cameras. Same with food. Like I don't want to watch other people eat. I want to be the one eating. I like to eat, love to eat. Anyway, I'm trying to cover up any logos because I'm not sponsored. Do you like my makeup? I did it with an Angela Bright tutorial from the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Very lovely. So first thing I'm going to do is go over recent Empties items that I have used up, and as appropriate, give them quick reviews. I'm cheating a little bit with this one because this one I completed only today. Most of these are supposed to be from April. This was early May. I just went ahead and completed it and included it here. Just why not? So I did 2 dry shampoos. Now I will say I use a lot of dry shampoo because I have a lot of hair. I have long hair, and my hair, I have a lot of fine hair. So my hair is very fine, but I have a lot of it. And so it takes a lot of dry shampoo when I'm doing dry shampoo. So I go through a fair amount of dry shampoo. It can be expensive. And so this is the store brand, Kroger. And so this is the sheer blonde. So basically, this is the sheer, which leaves supposed to be no residue. And then this is the original, which you'd think they both not leave residue. And you actually can't see any residue. But I would say these perform as well as any dry shampoo. Generally, the standard is Batiste or Dove. Those are like the typical brand names that people will use from the drugstore. Very, very like top sellers as far as dry shampoo. And then our friends, the Kroger people, went ahead and created their dupes. Batiste Original Dry Shampoo. It says compared to Batiste Original Dry Shampoo. And this one says compared to Batiste Bare Dry Shampoo. So these are good. They're fine. Do they compare to Batiste? I've got one of the regular, no, sorry, I'm mixed up. I should have brought them in. I have a Batiste bottle and the equivalent Kroger dupe. And so I'm going to be trying them throughout the month of May. When I use them, I will do like one half of my head with Batiste, one half with Kroger. And so I can compare them literally side by side on each side of my head to see if they really are equivalent. Overall, these were fine, like nothing miraculous, nothing wonderful, but nothing terrible. Okay. So I see that someone's watching. Hello to whoever you are. I'm extremely gratified and appreciative that you decided to spend a little bit of your Saturday evening with me, or depending on where you are in the world, it may be Saturday afternoon or even already Sunday. So I hope that you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. You don't know who I am? Well, I didn't see your username until just now when you chatted. Ross, get it together, Ross. Don't you have anything better to do on a Saturday night? Jeez. Anyway, reviewing my dry shampoo. I don't know that everything here is going to be according to your taste, but it's extremely kind of you, and I'm extremely. Do I know you? What do you mean? Do I know you? I mean, I know you pretty well, maybe as well as anybody who's only known you for a few years. So that's a bit about dry shampoo. I don't know. You have to get your daughter from prom in the not too distant future, don't you? Or no, prom just started. Anyway, this is reviewing hair products, something that could be helpful for you. Next up, Frizz Ease Sheer Solution. This is just a serum that I would put on my hair after I washed it, and it helps control frizz. My hair, again, I have a lot of hair. It's very fine, and it's kind of wavy. So if I don't put something on it to kind of smooth it out, it does tend to get a little wild once in a while. So this is okay. Worked fine. I'm trying some other like sleeking anti-frizz products. I'll let you know. This was, it's Steve Harvey's brand. Elevate. I apologize because the sticker is covering up some of the brand and I can't remember what it's called otherwise. So these are Vitality Boost gummies for metabolism. And it's supposed to, I guess, raise your metabolism. I would say, based on my experience, now it came with 28 gummies and I started on March 30th. I always keep track of when I start things and when I end them. The time that I was eating these, taking them regularly, I was eating for the most part pretty healthily. And I was very active because it was the time of Swan Lake, the ballet that I performed in. And I had not only classes 2 to 3 times a week, but also I was rehearsing and then performing on weekends. So my metabolism was already pretty stable and pretty high naturally. But I don't think that these made any difference. So if you see this type of product, don't bother. You can't just eat a gummy and have it change your metabolism, at least not in my experience. So I would not recommend these. What's up next? Oh, hey, another dry shampoo. Function of Beauty. I got this at Target. It was half price at clearance prices. And it was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was just fine. Would I say it's fine to use this brand of dry shampoo? Yes, I would. And clearly, with all this hair, I've got to know my hair products. So as I'm putting things, if they're recyclable, I'm putting them right into a cardboard box, and then it's going to go straight into recycling. So that's what I'm doing. Special treat. This is a strange and rare item. It's from Ahava. For those of you who are not familiar, Ahava is a brand from Israel, and it is originally, I don't know if they still do all of their stuff with minerals from the Dead Sea, but originally it started out with them basically getting minerals from the Dead Sea and then turning them into skincare products. So you can buy Ahava now. And the first Ahava lotion I ever bought was in Israel. It was pretty good lotion as far as lotion goes. But this one, it's the Mineral Body Shaper Cellulite Control. The idea behind this, so I had this for years. I'd had it when I was living in the condo before I moved into this house in 2022. So I moved into this house in October of 2022. So I had it back when I was living in the condo before 2022. And when I was packing, I just packed a whole bunch of stuff into a box, as one does. And I ended up sticking that in there and didn't see it for a couple of years. And recently I was unpacking and sorting through stuff, getting rid of some stuff. And I came across this and I said, maybe I should finish this, use it all up, and continue my experiment. So what this is supposed to do is get rid of cellulite. If you are not aware of what cellulite is, it's kind of a lumpy appearance on people's bodies, usually on the rear end and thighs. And it's generally just, it's considered unsightly, but it's really not that bad. Anyway, this is supposed to get rid of it for you. And so I said to myself, let's test this. And so it has this little roller ball thing on the end, and you squeeze a little bit of this like lotion or gel product, rub it on your body wherever you've got cellulite that you're trying to get rid of, and it's supposed to get rid of it. You will be very, very astonished to discover that it does not work. I did not take pictures. The world and the internet do not need to see my rear end or thighs with cellulite. But I assure you, even after months of using this consistently, there was no change, because you can't just get rid of cellulite by rubbing stuff on it, on your skin. So I don't understand why these products exist. As I continue to find them, I will continue to experiment with them as the human guinea pig, and then let you know how it works. And in general, as I try to be scientific, I will try to do as much objective evidence gathering as I can. But in this case, the world did not need to see any objective evidence. But please, please believe me when I say this did not change the cellulite anywhere on my body. So just like you can't just take a pill or eat a gummy and lose weight, like it doesn't work that way. You can't just rub stuff and change the composition. You can't rub stuff on your body and then change the composition of the tissues underneath. And that's not how the world works. Boom. Ahava. Love you, but this product does not work. What else have we got? Ooh, Spa Life. Hyaluronic Pearl Serum. I've also had this for years. It's actually a pretty big bottle. And I had been using it, and just like with the other, it was in the same box where I hadn't found it for a while. And I thought, I better use this up. So it was almost gone. And so it only took a matter of weeks, and I used the whole thing up. The Hyaluronic Pearl Serum. Spa Life. I don't know if that's a good brand, a bad brand, or an average brand. What I do know is I think, like, if any serum works, this serum worked. It was as good as any that worked. I have some wrinkles, but overall fairly close to as good of a complexion as one could have at 47. And so this was okay. If you're gonna buy something, you can buy it. Hashtag not sponsored. Ooh. Hey, remember this? This is going back in the stuff that I'm getting rid of, for the reason that it was in the things that I was getting rid of. Excuse me. And I found it like on the floor in the corner under my counter of my bathroom. And I believe that my cat knocked this off the counter, and it rolled back and like stuck itself under the edge of the counter, you know, the little lip that comes over, and there's like a teeny tiny area under the lip and the floor. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I found it there recently, and I was like, I thought I got rid of this, but I think my cat knocked it off, and so it's back in the box. Oh, so this is not quite done. This is another Somnipure product from Force Factor. I had reviewed one before and it wasn't on live, so I don't know if it's completely there yet or not. Like I'm finishing up the last ones this week. Maybe I didn't post about my Somnipure experience yet. It's a sleep product that smells terrible. Like it's just a weird combination of herbs that just smell weird in an herby kind of way. Does it help you sleep? I mean, I think it might. I have a hard time sleeping and I take this and it's fine. It might help me sleep. It's hard to tell when you're as high strung as I am. So does it work? Maybe, but it does smell bad. Like for some reason, whatever herbs they're using, valerian root, hops extract, L-tryptophan, L-theanine, magnesium oxide, and calcium phosphate. And the sleep onset liquid biomatrix is glycerin, melatonin. So that's the list of ingredients. And it just, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird smelling capsule that might help me sleep. And, at this point in my life, I'll take it. Oh, this is not an empty. I think this was supposed to go in recycling, but somehow it ended up in my empties box. Not sure how that worked. Ooh, yet another dry shampoo. This one is charcoal purifying dry shampoo. It's Hask brand. I'd never heard of Hask. It was on clearance at Target, and I thought I'd try and test it. Not that great. Of all the ones that I've tried, this dry shampoo does not seem to be the one that it seems to be the one that does not perform the best. So would not buy it again. Do not recommend. And yes, I go through a lot of dry shampoo. So what I'm going to start doing is marking the day that I start my dry shampoo and then the day that I end it and see how long it takes me to go through containers of dry shampoo. I just know that it's like pretty fast. I should invest in a dry shampoo company. This is my CoverGirl, says it's a pore minimizing primer. And it's purple. I've had this for a while. I don't remember how long I've had it and it doesn't seem to work. So I just decided that I was going to get rid of it. I've got plenty of other primers that work better. Sorry, guys. Just trying to shuffle through empties here. Then we'll get into the more fun stuff. Okay, so I had a whole bunch of these. These are pain relief micro patches. They look like bandages, flesh colored bandages, but they've got the lidocaine and other substances in them, and you can put them on top of your whatever part of your body that is aching muscle wise. And these, I think they work at least somewhat. So I've had plenty of aches and pains over the past few years, what with taking up ballet again and just generally being old. And so these seem to be fine. I don't know if this brand Absorbing Junior Plus, why is it Junior and Plus? Absorbing Plus would be big. Absorbing Junior would be small. So why would you have Plus and Junior in the same title? I don't know why people do some of these things. And it says trusted since 1892. Of course, in 1892, doctors would prescribe cocaine. So I don't know if that's actually true. No citation available. It's just a funny thing to say on the internet. Okay, would I buy this again? Yes. These are brightening acne spot patches. They're in like a yellow star shape, very decent. Did they brighten? I don't know, but they did seem to help my acne. So 5 out of 5 would buy again. I had a sheet mask. I still have several of these. I use them, maybe once a week. I should probably use more of them more often. It's fine. This one is snail and green tea mask. Sorry, Molly. I dropped it on top of my dog who's like sleeping next to my chair. Hi, Molly Peppers. Snails are big in skincare right now. I like snails. I don't have any issues with them. Anyway, snail stuff apparently goes on your skin. This is fine. I've got nothing more to say about it. Then I've got a refining rose sheet mask. It was fine. I will probably mostly say that sheet masks are fine unless there's one that rocks my world. I've tried a huge variety, and that's part of what I do here on this channel. So there you go. It's the less intellectual side of this channel. I've got these eye masks. They're ones that I've been using up for a while, just trying to get rid of them, and they're okay. Haven't rocked my world, but they're not bad. Charcoal and vitamin C. This is the kind of like you put nose strips on. I usually don't put stuff like this in here. Generally, like if it's a little bit more mundane, like toothpaste or soap, or I think this is kind of mundane, I wouldn't put it in here. But I would say this is, oh shoot, what brand is this? Global Beauty Care. I would not recommend this brand. It's not as good as some other brands that I've tried. The ROC retinol correction patches, deep wrinkle targeted patches. They work sort of temporarily, but they don't work for a long time. So I wouldn't spend my money on them, but if I already have them, I'll use them. More acne treatment patches. And this one's fine. Seems to work. The end. Oh, there we go. Okay. Almost done with this portion of everything. So if you remember, in the past, I may have mentioned these. This is L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes. It's liquid shadow. This one is like it dried out. And even though if you can see, I'm kind of scraping the sides with the applicator, nothing more comes out. It's dry and clumpy. I had a pink one of these, and then I had this cream colored, which is actually a really pretty champagne color. I like the color. But I don't care, I think, for this type of product. This is the second L'Oreal one that I've had that just went dry and clumpy, and I couldn't get it out. So part of my issue is that their applicator only goes down this far. So it's hard to get any of the product that comes down here. Cosmetic companies, why do you have products where the applicator doesn't reach the bottom of the container? And I would store it like this and try to have gravity help bring it further down. Didn't help. It's not coming out. It's not coming down. So not going to buy this again. Would not recommend L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes Liquid Shadow. Finally, I've got two more of the cosmetic type stuff. So this is fascinating to me. This is CoverGirl blush, and I honestly don't know how old it is. And I had it in my stage makeup bag because it was just basic, like you can barely see it because it's all dried up now. But anyway, it's basic pink blush. And somehow the pan broke and crumbled and fell out, but I don't know where because there was not pink powder dust in my makeup bag. I don't know where it went, but it just disappeared. And so now I have an empty pan and a brush. So I'm thinking if I clean this out, I might be able to do something with it, maybe utilize it it's pretty compact. So if I wanted to put some products in here to take when I travel, that would be handy. So I'm not going to get rid of the container, but I just thought it was interesting that this was empty and I don't know where the product went. It just disappeared. And then this one is just, just a second. You can't even see it. It's so bad. So you can see right here where it says e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. 4-pan, they call them bite-sized shadows. And this is the rose water, and it's self-destructed. It's all like I put it in this little bag, like a snack size bag, because it fit pretty well and it contains the mess. But you guys, it's just like it. Oh my goodness, it's broken. It's broken worse than my self-respect. Anyway, so I liked this. This had some good colors. I actually have another one that I purchased that's in my, what I call my travel makeup bag, or my on the road makeup bag. I take it with me to work often. This one's just going to have to go away. It's so broken up. Oh, and now, Sawyer, can you get up and do something interesting? I got to go wash my hands. I can't touch anything until I do. So pause. There we go. So overall, the 4-pan bite-sized shadows that e.l.f. has, I would recommend them based on the concept. And that particular 4-pan that I just had to throw away, I took it with me to England. And so I traveled thousands of miles with it. And it survived fine. It was only once it got back to the United States that it started falling apart. But it was a nice, basic, rosy toned, fairly neutral 4-pan eyeshadow set. And so if you need something that's small and you like something that is a little on the rosy, neutral side, it's a great option. Traveling with it, I didn't want to bring huge palettes. I didn't want to bring a huge amount of makeup. And so that enabled me to make a variety of darker or lighter makeup looks. And I could use the rosy tone, or they have just like a cream / champagne and a dark brown that you can use just for a basic neutral look. Very handy, pretty versatile for only having 4 pans, I will say. But it just somehow just started breaking apart and disintegrating. Just like our social lives, I would say, Ross. To anyone else that might watch this, or might watch this on replay, I should say, I assure you that the person in the chat that I'm interacting with knows why I'm calling him Ross. No, it disintegrated. I don't have a social life. It disintegrated like the 4-pan palette that I was talking about. Did I used to have a social life? Allegedly. But I'm a homebody who would much rather be doing nothing useful on a Saturday night. Eating these sandwich wraps from a popular unnamed purveyor of sandwiches. So one time I was eating on camera, because again, I know people do that. There are whole channels where people just eat. People log in and watch people eat. And it's called a mukbang. But when I was eating on camera, I said to Nathan, oh, look, we're doing mukbang. And he said, no, that's not what a mukbang is. Apparently a mukbang is, again, this is according to my understanding of kids these days. It's a mukbang is where you eat a lot and stuff yourself or something. I don't know. I mean, it would take a lot for me to be eating too much. I will say that clearly I don't know how to eat cleanly. I bet there's people that like watching that, people eating messily. There's always a fetish. Hi, Molly. So I still have one dog in here. Oh, here's the other dog coming back. They'll hang around because they know that I'm likely to spill something. Maybe I should start a new trend, like moderation mukbang. So I'm like, we'll eat and show it on camera, but only in moderation. And then, so I hashtagged messy eating mukbang. Anything with me is going to be messy eating, as you know. But I put in the hashtag, like you can put hashtags in your video description, and I put in hashtag mukbang. So if someone eats or watches this, hoping to see me do a mukbang and overeat, they're going to be like, what? This is false advertising, man. Anyway, again, I don't, why would you watch other people eat? It's just like, it's just like porn. I don't want to watch other people do stuff. I want to be the one doing it myself. The whole premise of a mukbang channel does not make sense to me, which is a surprise to no one who knows me. But why? Like, is there an appeal? Because if I want to talk about stuff while I'm eating, so I'm like entertaining and multitasking, you can't, like, when your mouth is constantly full, you can't talk unless you're being extremely messy. I'm just being messy because there's like mayonnaise everywhere. Dear Lord. So, interestingly, I did a live stream, what was it, almost 2 weeks ago, I think. And yeah. Excuse me, responding to the commentary in the chat. I also do not understand ASMR. So I did a live stream 2 weeks ago, and only one person was watching on the live stream, but like several people watched afterward. Oh, so I also want to shout out to Destiny and to Evelyn Rose. Destiny was the lovely lady who helped me out at the store and last night, and then subscribed. And so I appreciate that very much, Destiny. And then Evelyn Rose was somebody that YouTube randomly showed me her video, and I liked it. And she's a newly started channel, and so I subscribed, and so I look forward to seeing her journey, and she subscribed back to mine. So that was very nice of both of you ladies. I appreciate it very much. So let's see, we've done shout outs. What else did I say I was going to do? I think I said I was going to do product reviews and eat. Just a few further comments, I guess, on life in general. So I'm still in the empty old, the studio that we're putting together. It's still empty. We're gonna put sanitizer on the mattress, put it into a mattress bag, and then take it down into the basement to store it. We haven't done that yet, and it's been hard to accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish in this room. And the issue is that, well, I shouldn't say it's an issue. It's just a circumstance. The circumstance of my life is such that I work days, and my sister works nights. And so we're not like up and around a lot of times at the same times. And during the day, even on a Saturday, right? If I want to do cleaning, I can't really do it during the daytime. I can't do it until the early evening when she gets up, because she's worked all night. She's a nurse, very important job. So she's worked all night. She's sleeping during the day. Definitely don't want to wake her up. So there's a limit to all the things that I can do. And then I've only got a few hours in the evening. And if there's something that requires two people, like putting a mattress into a mattress bag, like even a single or twin mattress, I don't think I could put it into a bag by myself. Definitely not a full or queen. So it just requires multiple people. And so we'll have to like schedule it and coordinate it so that we're both available. And I wanted to do the carpet cleaning this weekend. She's not working Sunday night. She's working tonight, Saturday night, but it's kind of late to like run the carpet cleaner. It's after 9 now. But tomorrow she'll probably sleep, and maybe if she's up in the afternoon, we can do it. But again, we got to schedule it because we're living like two opposite schedules. And that's just part of life. It's not a problem. It's a reality that the two of us are learning to deal with. She's been a nurse for a little bit more than a year now. And she's doing great, by the way. Fantastic. She's amazing. Very successful in her career. And we're just trying to figure out how to structure our lives and our kids' lives around that. So just a little side note about the lack of where I'd like to be versus, where we've had to realistically work together on scheduling things. I would have liked to have gotten a lot more stuff done in the past few weeks, but she's been working a lot. I've been working a lot, that sort of thing. So another thing, so this will become a recurring theme on my channel maybe, or in my life. It is a recurring theme already. I like to eat. I eat all the time. I'm always hungry. And so it makes me wonder, I know the appeal of eating is there must be something. It's like watching videos of people humiliating themselves, where we just are as humans, we like to watch people be self-destructive, maybe. It's like watching the American Idol auditions, where they show just people who cannot sing, can't even carry a tune, such train wrecks, and they show those on television. And I'm like, you can show good singers. Why do you got to show all the bad ones just so people can make fun of them? The enjoyment of watching a train wreck really does seem to be a thing. It's the only explanation for how the movie Cats got made. Oh, snap. Excuse me while I temporarily become a messy mukbang channel. Hey, Molly. No, I haven't dropped any food yet. Or have I? If I did, she ate it fast and I didn't notice. trying to think if there's anything interesting that's been happening. Certainly not around here. My nephew showed me a special episode of Amazon. Like Amazon did a special episode of Top Gear. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. So they went to Colombia and were trying to take pictures of animals. It was pretty funny. No, Molly. No, you do not want this. I don't know if everything in here is good for dogs. No, I don't know. You can't have it. Yep. Messy mukbang channel. Okay, so random commentary on my life. The other dog left. So I live in a big house in a small town in Ohio, and I live with my sister and our 2 kids, and we have a third, but the third kid is 18 and out of the house, so moving on toward adulthood. So it's just my sister and me, and then her son and my son, and then 3 dogs and 3 cats. And I honestly think that even though 3 dogs and 3 cats are too many animals, I know that for both of us, we would just keep getting more and more animals. I know I would. I like animals more than I like people. I like my own child. I do, most of the time. And I like my nephew. Oh, no. No. You idiot dog. So at the last minute when I was wrapping up my sandwich, I spilled it. I don't. Okay. Sorry about that. As I mentioned, the eye look, which I don't know if you can actually even get a good look at it. It looks really heavy to me, but then on screen it doesn't look as heavy. I used a tutorial on YouTube. It's fine. I don't usually do like this extreme of an eye look, especially I don't tend to put as much shadow under my eyes. Just not my preference, but there's nothing wrong with it. I think it looks fine. So sorry. Oops. I wrote some stuff down to see. Is there anything that's good to talk about? I wrote some more information about rules for life, or rules of life. Sorry. It's not rules for living in general. I'm not saying that I wouldn't always, I never would. I wouldn't always, no, I never would give advice, but I probably wouldn't just throw out advice all the time. But there are some kind of generic and general and immutable rules of life and of the world that I don't think people understand and talk about enough. Like, there is nothing new under the sun. Things, there might be fancy new packaging, but it's not actually new. Just, there's a saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's absolutely true. And that's one reason why when we read great literature, it can be thousands of years old and it still is familiar to us. Why? Because people don't change. Nothing's new. People don't change. Cultures change, technologies change. People don't change. And so the things that they struggle with in Gilgamesh or Beowulf, they're the same things that we're going to struggle with today. Oh, hello, Sawyer. As I mentioned, we've got 3 dogs. Sawyer is the middle one. He is a sheepadoodle. Excuse you. What are you doing? Anyway, so he's got the white fluffy doodle thing going on. What are you doing? Are you... Don't unplug the light. He's like, Evelyn Rose, hi. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you saw, but I gave you a shout out earlier for, I mentioned that I had followed you. By the way, everyone, if you can, go follow Evelyn Rose. She's got a recent YouTube channel, and I love supporting newer channels and watching you guys grow. I will try and bring out the puppy that I have in here. Sawyer, come here. Sawyer, come on, doofus. Come here. All the way up. Come on. There we go. Hi. This is Sawyer. Oh, hi. Anyway, like I said, he's a doodle. Look at that doodle face. Oh my goodness. And then we have a Bernese mountain dog. She's downstairs. I don't know what she's doing. And then the oldest dog is also kind of the smallest. She's a beagle. Well, she's half beagle, but she looks a lot like a beagle. She's brown. She's got she's a brown medium-sized dog. But she has not up here. Although I hear her climbing. So she's a little bit on the pudgy side. We do need to get out and walk her more. But also as a beagle, they just tend to have like those chubby bodies. And she's the smartest dog. She's incredibly smart. Sawyer, look. Look at your adoring public. Sawyer. Anyway, I don't know how long you've been watching Evelyn Rose. Just to recap, I live with my sister. We each have a teenage son. And between us, we also have 3 cats and 3 dogs. And often one of the cats is sleeping in here, but she's not here right now. And then this is the most like affectionate of the dogs, I would say. Hi, dear. And he definitely needs to get groomed. Sawyer, let's pull this down to show more of you. Nobody wants to see me. They want to see your pretty face. He's a floofy doofus. So anyway, so I was also, yeah. There's like an ongoing saga about the room that I'm in. It's actually, so we also have a 3rd child who's my 18-year-old niece. And this used to be her room. And she, being 18, she's moved out. And so we're changing this into a studio. So eventually it'll be it'll be a lot better looking. Right now we just got like the old mattress and nothing on the walls. So of course we support young people when they turn 18 and they're ready to try a little bit more independent living. We support them spreading their wings and getting out into the world. But anyway, yeah, we've got a full crazy house. Both boys are in high school, so we've got 2 high school boys, and they keep us pretty busy. And so my sister is a nurse. She's a cardiac care nurse, and she's amazing. And she's working tonight. She works nights most of the time. And I work as an engineer in the manufacturing industry. So it's nerd stuff. I'm actually an engineering manager. I used to do analytics, and now I manage people who do stuff like that. So that's a quick introduction to my life. And if any of the other dogs come up here, so we have a split level house. So it's got 4 levels, but it's like basement, second level, main level, which is where the kitchen, living room, dining room kind of are there. And then another half level, which is where the bedrooms are. So I'm like at the top of the 4 half levels. I'm at the 4th one. And so it's, there's organisms coming and going on all levels. As far as management, I agree with you. I agree about the love-hate relationship. I will say I miss the technical side. I miss working on the technical stuff versus supporting a team of people working the technical stuff. But I appreciate that I'm able to be a resource and to be there for my team. I've had management in the past that didn't go to bat for their team. They didn't support their team. They didn't have their back and didn't fight for them. And so I'm trying to be the kind of manager that I wish I'd had. And I believe, very passionately that my team is absolutely amazing. They are, by the way, they're a bunch of really smart geniuses. They're a bunch of rocket scientists. But I would, I think that they're amazing. And I appreciate everything that they do. And I appreciate that I'm able to get resources, recognition, and rewards. I call those the 3 R's. Resources, like getting what they need to do their jobs on a daily basis. Recognition, making sure they know that their work is recognized, but also making sure that higher management hears their name, understands their contributions, and then rewards, obviously financial, but also making sure they get the recognition that they deserve. So it's, as always, it's a mixed bag because I miss doing the real work, but then I feel like I at least can contribute. I'm there for my team. And I have a pretty good relationship with all of them. I would say my rules for management, I always encourage my team to play to their strengths. I've had team members that they felt pressure to be like another engineer. So I've got so many amazing, brilliant engineers, very successful, very hardworking. And so some of the older, more senior engineers set the standard. So they're up here and they have their skills and their talents, what they're good at. Other engineers come along and they see my top engineers and they say, I need to be like that. I mean, you need to be hardworking and dedicated, but you're not going to be the same as this person. I need you to be the person. I need you to be the best that you can be. If you're not the same type of engineer, if you have different strengths versus different weaknesses, then I don't want you trying to be a second-rate version of another engineer. I want to be you to be a first-rate version of yourself. And so encouraging people that felt like they had to copy another successful person to not be a second-rate someone else, but to be the best that they could be. And interestingly, that does tie into the name of my channel, which is what I'm kind of trying to start a movement. I don't know, but it's really about the lilies of the field. Um, it's from the Bible, and it says, like, look at the lilies of the field. They are as beautiful as Solomon in all his glory, but they don't worry because God takes care of them. And the reason that the lilies of the field don't worry is because they're being exactly who and what they were created to be. So the lilies of the field aren't trying to be something else. They're just being the beautiful flowers that they were created to be. So that's what I try to emphasize. So trying to think of anything else. So my live stream has almost been going on for an hour. So it's at 56 minutes now. I'm like, I don't know how long live streams usually last. Mine was about an hour last time I did one. I did one a year ago. That was it's on my channel still, but it was several hours long, but it was because we were doing a live stream of the eclipse that happened, and we were just like really, really close to the totality of the eclipse. It was in the state of Ohio, and it was enough that we could we almost got total darkness. Like, we were really, really close to the totality. Anyway, so I live streamed that. So, well, first of all, thank you so much for joining and commenting. Like I said, we've got all of 2 people now, and I'm just so blessed. If you are out in California, in San Diego, it's 6:55, right? I think it's kind of early evening. It's 9:55 out here. Sorry. When my dog was walking around down there, I just realized he unplugged my laptop. So we don't want to have the laptop die. Yeah, I'm not very good at live streams, but I'm trying to get better with them. And so definitely don't want to ask like too much personal information on the internet. But if you're in the San Diego area, I have members of my family that actually used to be there, and they lived in Chula Vista area. So I'm slightly familiar with the Chula Vista area. And I personally, even though I live in Ohio, and I wouldn't go back to California, mostly because all my family has now moved out here. But I do think that if I ever lived in Southern California again, it would be San Diego. I love San Diego. Always have. I think it's the best place to live in California. Oops. Sorry. So I just think it's very exciting that we get the chance to experience little bits of life and little bits of people's thoughts and experiences from all over the world. I mean, sorry, my nose is itching. The internet is such a miraculous thing that I couldn't have imagined when I was young. So I know my friend, Cool Guy 2293, is about my age. We're in our late 40s. So we're quite a bit older than someone in his or her early 20s. So much life has happened for me between my early 20s and now. I mean, obviously, because it's been 20 something years. But I just realized that I've had my career for 25 years, because I started my career in May 1st of 2000, and it's now May of 2005. So my career is 25 years old. Graduated from college in 1999. So that was 26 years ago. And then I started my career in 2000, a few months after I graduated. I started my engineering career. So it's been a wild ride. And so I have enjoyed every bit of it. I am seeing that there's 4 people, now 3. Don't know who number 4 was. They hopped on and then hopped right off. But there's 3 people now on this live stream. And it's very, very kind of you to spend like even a little bit of your evening or afternoon with me. I am so grateful for that. I will say, I see your comment, Evelyn Rose. First of all, it's in our culture, it's often very, it's so youth focused, and people are encouraged to try to stay young and look young. And I agree that you can have a youthful focus on life. You can have a youthful point of view. You don't have to think like things are like you're getting old or something. That's fine, but don't be afraid of getting older. My life has consistently gotten better as I've gotten older. In my 20s, there was a lot of turmoil. There was a lot of ups and downs. Everything from, I graduated from college. I started my career. I met the person I would marry. I got married. Changed jobs a couple of times. And then by the time I hit 30, I had my son, which was fantastic. But then by the time I was 31, I was divorced. And so, of course, there's always ups and downs. But after I got divorced, I was able to start my life over. My 30s were great. My 40s are even better. As someone who's 47, I'll try and post more of this content. I do ballet regularly. So I've started back into ballet. I took ballet when I was in high school, and I quit because, I went to another state. I was living on campus. There were no like ballet lessons that you could really take. And so I dropped dance for about 30 years. And then a couple years ago, I just decided to sign up and take ballet classes again. And I did. And so that was a little over 2 years ago. And I've been able to perform in a couple Christmas Nutcracker shows. And then I performed in Swan Lake just a couple weeks ago. And I definitely would say it was such a dream come true for me, because I had given up dance for something that was better for me at the time. Going to university, getting my degree, starting my career, having a child, all of that was what was right for me. And that was what was right for my life. But I'm so, so lucky that I was able to go back to it 30 years later and just pursue my dreams. It's never, never, never too late. You always can find your dreams again. In the Nutcracker. So my friend, I think he's dropped off. He's cool guy. Oh, wife of a crazy drunken guy. It only shows one person being on the live stream, but I guess you're still there. Yeah, so my friend, cool guy 2293, was actually also in the Nutcracker, and we play parents. If you've seen the Nutcracker, the first act is the party scene, and so we play parents of some of the dancers. We do it with a youth ballet company, so it's good times. We love doing it, and we get to be with our young people. I actually don't have a child that dances, but my buddy here does. So he's been in the Nutcracker twice with me. and his child, who's a dancer, has also been in the Nutcracker and was in Swan Lake with me. And I'm wondering, I don't know how late prom is going to go, but I know you might have to go get your kid. Um, so, as adults, because we are in the youth ballet company, all the lead roles are played by kids, as they should be. So really the adults are just like supporting roles. So I might audition to be in more scenes. Like I could be in the second act, which has all of the different character numbers. Probably my dream would be to be in the snow waltz. I would not want to be the snow queen, but I would love to be one of the people in the snow waltz, one of the snow flakes, I guess. And then another dream performance for me in the Nutcracker would be Spanish. I would love to be in the Spanish someday. We shall see. So when I was in Swan Lake, I was a swan. So as an adult, and incidentally, at 47, I was literally 30 years older than the next oldest person, who was 17. But I think it's the Central Ohio Youth Ballet. And I absolutely think that the youth should have all the lead roles. And I just want to be supporting in the background. So when I got to be a swan in the Corps de Ballet of Swan Lake, that was the dream come true for me. I did not want to be a lead. I did not want to have like a main role. I just wanted to be in the corps. And it was amazing. The music was beautiful. I had a fantastic time. It was hard work, but it was just wonderful. So I would definitely say, just to go back to the original point, don't be afraid of the years as they pass. There will be ups and downs, but for me at least, life has gotten better as I've gotten older. And I've been able to go back and identify dreams that I had that I want to pursue and go back and do them. I really think, I don't understand why people are afraid of getting older, except that it's unknown, and it's natural to fear the unknown. So you know what? I'm not gonna be down on that. But it definitely helps to have older people in your life that you can look to, that can give you guidance. And I do find also, this is just my opinion, I think that growing older is easier for those of us who started out as late bloomers. So when I was in high school, I was not pretty and popular and, having a great time. People say high school's the best years of your life or something. It was not for me. And so getting older and moving into other phases of my life was great. And I always refer to myself as a late bloomer because I'm like, I feel like I'm starting to bloom now in my 40s. My 50s are going to be fantastic. Like I'm just going to be blooming all over the place post 50. And so I will say, don't be afraid of getting older, especially if you've spent the first parts of your life in school learning and investing in your education, and you're ready to experience life. Just take it in stride, and everything will be so much better, especially if you've got good people around you. So honestly, I think it would be amazing at some point soon. If I know when it is, I will watch. It would be amazing if you did a live stream, Evelyn Rose. And then, hey, cool guy, we should do a live stream soon. I know we've talked about that, so I think that would be a good idea. I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about. Also, the last time I did a live stream about 2 weeks ago, my older brother hopped on and he was commenting. I think my older brother would be a super fun person to have live on talking on screen with me in a live stream. And we'll have some wild stories to share about our childhood. But no spoilers. I will try and get him on. He's a fantastic person. I mean, of course I'm biased, but he really is a fantastic person. So, oh, hang on. Molly, come here, Pudgkins. Come here. Just a sec. Come here, Pudgkins. Hi, baby girl. Come here. I got you. Oh, Molly. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Yeah, she's actually not bigger than Sawyer, but she's just denser. Come here. She was sleeping and now she's just gone right back to sleep on my lap. Oh, she's not having it. Okay. She's like, you disturbed my nap. Come here. You can't get up here and say hi. I'll just tell one more story. She's actually, we're not sure how old she is. She was a rescue. And so she's got a little bit, like she's got a couple issues. And we think it may be related. We don't know what happened to her, but as a rescue, we don't know her early life, but she's a little bit skittish of some things. But anyway, so she's such a smart girl. When we lived in another house in the condo, we had counters in our kitchen, which is not unusual. We all have kitchen counters. But we had a toaster on our counter. And we would put like bread and English muffins on the counter. So she's a beagle, like mid-size beagle size, and her legs are like that long. She's got short little legs and she's got like a short, stocky little beagle body. But we would come home and she would have gotten like loaves of bread and bags of muffins and bagels and eaten them. And there would just be like shredded bags. And we would push everything all the way back against the wall of the counter. We're like, she can't reach this. Her legs are this long. And we come home and she would have gotten everything. So we were like, how is this short, fat little dog reaching like up onto the counter, which is like, I mean, counters are like this high on me, hip high. Like her, when she stood on her back paws, her front paws could not even reach the edge of the counter, right? There's no way she could get up there. What are we doing? We don't understand how she's getting the bread. So one day I came home from work and the drawers, so there were like, like the drawers where you put your towels and your washcloths and stuff, they were pulled out. This dog figured out how to pull out the drawers and make a little staircase out of them and get the bread and then come down and like push the drawers back in. I kid you not. And we would never have known if she hadn't forgotten to push the drawers back in one time. And this is actually like some types of dogs especially do this because she's half beagle. We don't know what the other half is, but we think it's some kind of terrier. But terriers and beagles are both really prone to like getting, they're like little Houdinis. Mm-hmm. So, sorry. I also have a teenager that just hippity hopped on in. I don't know if he's going to come on camera. It's fine if he doesn't. But anyway, so the reality of having a smart dog, I always thank goodness Sawyer and Athena are dumb because Molly's really smart. And having a smart dog is exhausting. It's like from now on, I'm only getting stupid dogs. I also have a really smart cat. Wait, why do I always have smart pets? Stupid pets are so much easier. Maybe not better, maybe not more fun, but easier. So, love, what are you doing? He's messing with my iPad. I don't know what he's doing.
Just fold this up.
So I'll show you. Just he's trying to fold up my iPad in its case. Yeah, this is like the lower quality. I just bumped the desk that this was on. This is like the lower quality portion of the evening involving my kid trying to figure out. I'll show you if you want.
Okay.
So this not sponsored by Apple. Thank you very much. So if you want to have it be propped up like that, that's good. And then to put it away, you fold that and then just fold it in half.
Yeah. Your dog's fat, by the way. Did you mention that?
I have mentioned that she's a little chonker. She's a little chonker.
I bet so.
I'm trying to think. So all the super duper fun stuff. It's now, let's see, an hour 16. And it's a little after 10 p.m. Did I start this live stream at 9? Yes, I did. Sorry. So I think I'm going to wrap it up just because I feel like a little over an hour is a good, decent time for a live stream, unless I was doing something like the eclipse, which was a few hours because that's kind of what happened. So my goals for the next live stream are going to be to get Molly on camera and potentially one of the cats or Athena. So just to recap, Molly is the oldest dog. We think she's probably like 12 years old-ish, rescue, half beagle, super smart. Sawyer is a sheepadoodle. He's a fluffy white with gray markings, and he's a doofus. And then Athena is the youngest, and she is, what are you doing? How are you doing? He's flickering the light from outside. No. Do not open the gates of hell.
It draws power from this light.
We've got. Anyway, Athena is a Bernese mountain dog. She's adorable.
You don't tell them about this masterpiece of it.
So we have the exhaust fan to the attic. We don't know why it's set up like this, but there's a switch in our hallway. So if you turn it on, the fan turns on and it legit sounds like it's roaring into the void. Okay. Thank you, Liam. Thanks for the demo. And so we call it the Gates of Hell, and it's in the ceiling of our hallway. Adina, come here. Come here, baby girl. Hey, come up here. There's Adina. There's my girl. Hi, baby girl. Oh, hi. Yes. Are you jealous? Are you jealous? So now you see it's just a total madhouse. Hi, baby girl. Oh, hi. All right. So next time we'll have more pet content, maybe more ballet content, and more Cool Guy 2293 content. So, yep, I got high. Yes. So Sawyer's pretty jealous, and so whenever we pet the other dogs, he gets really jealous and he barks and tries to jump in. So I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend. Have a wonderful week, and I thank any and all of you who were joining me, and then for anyone who watches post stream, I hope your day and your week goes fantastically. Bye.